Miss Newman gave up on the Wright statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night. Yes, what an impressive feat that was!
Objection!
Hold it, that's not the case. His so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work, the murder of Professor Court. Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Wright. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked like a statue. What? I second that. What? Oh, now this is getting interesting. Objection! No, this is getting preposterous. I call shenanigans. How would such a thing even be possible?
Objection!
Objection! We'll never know until we try. Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going. Okay, Apollo. Time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. I'm going to pose like the statue, like so. And I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so I look like a statue. I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth? I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice. Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of best I could do, Your Honor. Alright, I think that about does it. Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look like a statue of Mr. Wright or what? Audience? Looks like some random person of me. What, the statue's a pair of busts? Phoenix Wright had spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway. You gotta hand it for me to try anyway. Wait, that's it. The hands! Her arms were raised over her head, and there were dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was tied up with something. The marks on her wrist indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? If I have a young audience, they would not get it. What? No! Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hands already. Professor Court's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want given my hands? Behind my head, to make it look like I have spikes on my head. Like, is that my arm's in the way? Like that or something, like that, or, yeah, like that. Behind my head. Apollo, tie both my hands behind my head. Yeah, well, yeah. See? This makes it possible to fake the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head. Sure, but then what about the statue's arm? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this. I can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. something on the body that you don't have right now. What did the victim's body have that I don't have? An arrow to the knee, not the knee. No, not the knee. Oh, right. There was an arrow sticking out of her side, not her knee. Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side. What? What are you, crazy? Fine, then go get some duct tape. Rapido, schnell. Alright. I don't need other languages to know bossy when I hear it. The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth again. But remember to make the arrows stand out, okay? Mommy, that arm's too short. Shh! Remember your indoor voice, dear. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough. But what else could you use for the arm?
Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination. Of course, she's not giving up. After all, she's put me through. She owes me an explanation, and one that makes sense. Now, disappoint me again, and the penalty will be doubly painful.
Yikes! I guess I'd better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think. Professor Court was murdered when she stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again.
Like that? Right now? Okay, hold on.
Please be in this photo. It just has to be. The arm of Mr. Wright's statue is really right here. I kind of want to save it just to see because I didn't get this wrong last time, but I want to see what the judge says and what she says if I get it wrong. Because I think it's obvious that it should be the wand. However, I want it to be the ladder.
Take that!
Look at this! This makes an even better arm than Mr. Wright's own appendage.
This right here?
Mr. Wright's not gonna like this. Never mind. I retract my previous statement.
That's all very well and good, but I won't retract your big huge penalty!
Sacre bleu! Something longer than the area than... Yeah, it is. What could it be? Yeah. I'm not taking that penalty. No. That was a huge freaking penalty. But so much that it called for a little bit of French. Let's see. Okay. Loading. Okay. So obviously it is this thing right here. Got it! I know what he used for the arm on the statue of Mr. Wright.
This is absurd. There's no such thing in this photo.
Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there.
Staff? This is a spear of a great legal warrior.
Whatever. Just hurry up and lend it to me. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo. Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right up.
Objection!
Does that look like Mr. Wright to you? It's Phoenix Wright! Look, it's that famous lawyer! That's definitely him! I'd know that pose anywhere! We did it! Didn't we? Well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light?
Golden light? All I see before me is the pink specter of a man!
That's just because Mr. Wright likes his statue. He's possibly tickled in pink. Tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink. Blah. That joke deserves a pink slip.
It seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness? Bah! The resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence!
Objection!
Not so fast there, Buster! Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is... There's one stupid answer. There is one stupid answer. Is it a staff or a spear? That spear might actually be a staff.
Bah! You know nothing, little girl.
What's that supposed to mean?
Spears are far more dashing than stabs!
I don't know. You don't want to say that to, like, someone that likes using magic in RPGs and stuff.
While this is all very interesting, it has little, if anything, to do with the issue at hand.
Eek! All she has to say is eek with that. Fine, I will say the wrong answer as well here. It's Prince! Let's examine the spear for Prince. That'll settle this whole mess.
And what do you hope to prove? And whose prince are you hoping to find?
Professor Me!
Well, of course you'd find Professor Means' prince. It is his spear, after all.
Okay then, the
victim's prince would be there too. I had her do repair work on it a number of times.
Your Honor, a penalty, please.
Well, at least your sense of justice is still intact.
It still hurts, you know. Okay, enough screwing around. Enough screwing around. Yeah, just enough screwing around, Luke. It's like frickin' 4:51 in the morning. Can you see why I didn't want to do this recording too much and was a little irritated that I had to do this entire case over again? Because I know what's going to happen. I'm not saying, though. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. No. It is, test the spear for blood. We had assumed the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we would be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it.
Your Honor, a brief recess if you will. Ah!
That arm movement.
By any means possible. What if I get rid of that in my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? Yeah. 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 Ah! Ah! Ow! Ah! Ah! If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you.
Objection!
Now he's just speaking stupidly. Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. Now, I ask you, in the gallery, help me decide the professor's fate.
No, no, no. Boo!
Boo! Get him out of here! Get him out of here! No! 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 Jail! 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 Jail!
No! Boo!
Get him out!
Well!
Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness, Aristotle Means?
It is as Sykes-Dono suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He has admitted to his heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there.
Great. He'll teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth.
One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist too?
I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes. The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought before this court. The fool like Newman had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant.
But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Quartz's planner. Well, obviously, Professor Court wasn't the only one with said planner. I mean, that was kind of obvious from the get-go, in my opinion. I mean, he was a teacher.
Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class.
See? And of course, the person, if he was teaching there and Professor Court was teaching there, they were both very good in their class, so yeah. Really? So then...
Indeed. Once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap did belong to him. This too was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know what Constance Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes. To think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits. And the first step is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court find the defendant, Juniper Woods. not guilty.
Confetti! Yeah! Woohoo! Confetti everywhere! Yeah!
I'm just gonna stand here. Why is there confetti all over the courtroom? I'm not cleaning this mess up.
I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory. Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference. Proudly serve Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain. That's the last thing I'd expect to hear from him today. Court is adjourned. Thank you, Thena. I really mean it. It was nothing, really. I can take the biggest tangled mess of case and unravel it just like that. Yeah, don't fool yourself. I don't know. You looked pretty wound up there at the end. Literally and figuratively. You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster. I wanted to thank you too, Apollo. Don't mention it. Where you were, always there for Thena when she was in a bind. And at the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. It was like warm rays of sun shining down on peaceful woodlands. Oh boy. I think you're absolutely amazing and an absolutely amazing person. Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me. But I still have lots of work to do, and I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench. I promise I'll get there someday. That's why until that day, I'll fall in love with you. What the hell? Guys, I've got some big news. I mean, this is huge. Oh, am I interrupting something? Kinda. No, it's okay. I think. So, what's the big news? The school festival! It was supposed to have been canceled after what happened, but... We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival is being extended one extra day until tomorrow. Really? All right! All right, keys! Oh.
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy. Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar serenade.
Let me point something out real quick. I don't know if it's even still here or not. Let's see. No. No, I don't think it's here. But that, the cloak that she was wearing at that cutscene, that's actually a little thing about the past game Apollo Justice, because one of the cases had that same cloak on the one of the people in the case, and they also had that serenade song, like the title of that song, in that same case that it was in too. So yeah, it's just funny that um that Gavin there, Clavier, did not even realize that it was like he didn't even say anything about it. So yeah, just kind of point that out. I didn't say that in the one video, but after looking into it a little bit, it's like, wait a minute. And I did not mean to press that. Wow, that was so much fun! School festivals are amazing! Tee, I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Ah, your singing voice, Juniper. You could melt my age? Wait, my H-E-A-R-T. Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. Just remember, the objection pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although, Robin, you had you there for a while. I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'm going to make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and you won? Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the She-Devil's Black Heart. So, does this mean it's really gonna happen? Juniper, there's something I've been wanting to say to you. Huh? Oh! Is he going to do what I think he is? Juniper, can we still be friends? You know, best friends like we've always been. Huh? Best friends? Hugh, weren't you going to, like, profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial or something? No. I was going to confess that I'm not a genius, and that I'm really a 25-year-old. But you already dragged it out of me during the trial. Thanks a lot. Now the whole entire world knows, instead of just Juniper. Thanks a lot. Whoops. Sorry. Listen, Hugh, you too, Robin, Miriam.
Me too?
Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science.
Snake!
I'm doing Metal Gear Solid references all night, so... I've been thinking... It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law, if we can. Let's all work together to usher a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means. Count me in! I wouldn't have it any other way.
Snake!
Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship. You bet! And what about your BFF, Apollo? Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? But, yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office. Hey, no talking about me behind my back! So, what kind of guy is he anyway? Well, if I had to describe him in one word... And so, after some time, slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me somewhere, and unfortunately, that promise never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate, and the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? And so, with that, ends episode 3. And I don't think I'm going to edit it out. I don't know if I will or not. I mean, it's not that big of a spoiler. But with that, the next episode is called The Cosmic Turnabout. It didn't show that scene like the other episodes because I'd already beaten the game. The episode. And I had to do that last trial over again. And no, I will not, if this recording does not go forward, I will not be doing this again. No, because that took I feel like it took even longer this time. I don't even know. Holy crap, it's freaking 5:09 and I'm still, I need to get a shower or something. Because it was raining today and I've been sweating through this. So, yeah, but something that I was trying to cover up a little bit, but I ended up failing because I started saving. The first day is actually trial day. So, yeah, next episode we're going to be heading right into the courtroom. So, get ready for that. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And hopefully this turned out a lot better than the previous recordings. And yeah, I don't know how many parts this is going to be now. It might even be longer. So, with that, have a great day. I hope to catch you all next time.